thank you very much. As mentioned, my name is Anna Guzman and I work for Syniverse, but I also spend a lot of my time and effort on GSMA work. And when I think trusted networks, for me, this means blockchain. And blockchain has been this buzzword for some years now, but not dissimilar to Bitcoin, I would say. When I go and visit mobile operators, it's always a matter of, oh, we need to look into this, management told us to, it's a hot topic. But in the end, everyone has this let's wait and see attitude. So I'll talk about GSMA, so what does it entail for telco industry? And somehow these rows have multiplied over the weekend. They are both the same, but basically it consists of fraud and security, as we know, a network group, wholesale agreement and solutions, also known as WAS, and IDS, where I work mostly. It's the interoperability, data specs, and settlement. Very closely connected to that is now the distributor ledger technology, or blockchain for wholesale roaming. GSMA is putting a lot of time and effort into investigating how blockchain can be helpful for the wholesale roaming and settlement, which is what most operators really would like to work with. And they, of course, try to standardize it so that everything is exchanged in the same format. So the GSMA's vision for blockchain, you can see it there. It's a nice figure. It's all about encryption, immutability, tokenization, decentralization, and distribution. All these phrases you have heard before, because that is what blockchain is famous for. And then, of course, how do we port it into the wholesale settlement? Because in the end, it is important for every operator to get paid for their services. And if they can make it and do the settlement in a way that's immutable, it cannot be changed, then of course everyone is happy. So you can see mostly for wholesale settlement, it is being deployed, but also to mitigate fraud, cross-border payments, telco coin they are working on, and crypto wallets, and for identities, personal, supply chain, and device identity. There are some small figures which you probably can't see, but early 2000s, it was all about enabling technology. Then, last decade, it was blockchain inspired, I would say. While this decade, so up until 2030, we do hope to finalize the blockchain concept, and then let's see how that goes, obviously, but also to enhance the blockchain. So what is IDS? So the group that I work with, it's all about interoperability between operators and agents so that everyone can exchange roaming traffic. So mobile network operators, carrier groups, MVNOs, roaming hubs, as well as agents. And we create data specifications, so how things should be exchanged, in which format. You probably all heard about TAP format. That's the legacy information, but there's also a new standard coming up, or actually is already there, called billing and charging evolution, which most definitely will be used for 5G standalone roaming, because TAP will no longer be enhanced and it has been found insufficient to exchange data for 5G. Then, of course, settlement, group-to-group, one-to-one network, hubs, exchange rate, applicable invoicing and payments. So this whole roaming billing standard for 5GSA, it's called billing and charging evolution. And its target is to provide a standard for 5G standalone exchange of roaming data. And then we have the opportunity already now for mobile IoT. So narrowband IoT devices in Europe and North America, it's already happening, that they use the new standard to exchange data for that. And as I mentioned, TAP is no longer developed, so it cannot be used for 5G. At Syniverse, where I work, we already have a product for BCE, and early on we decided to use blockchain for this. And with good results, I would say, because blockchain, if it is just within the same fabric and within the same company, it works brilliantly. So all our customers, they can input all their agreements into the blockchain. And while we have consensus process in TAP today, where we have to chase the partners to agree that this is the agreement, this is the charging model, and this is what's going to be invoiced, this now happens automatically. The other party just pushes the button and consensus is given, and then all is clear and written into the blockchain, and actually works quite well. Of course, one of the things blockchain is not so famous for is the interoperability between different fabrics. So obviously it works fine within our customer base, but if we had to exchange data with, let's say, another agent, that would not work today because of lack of interoperability. So for operators here in the room who are now hearing first time about billing and charging evolution, I would say it's something you have to look into now because it will come, it's already there. Even if you don't see the business case just yet, if you are planning to launch standalone 5G, it will be something you will have to use. So you can start looking into what services would benefit from BCE. Is it mobile IoT? Is it 5G? Is it maybe GPRS data in general? Later, maybe voice and SMS. Would you like to use it for all traffic or radio access type based, IMSI ranges? Obviously, you would want to know which partners to launch BCE with. And then, how do you determine how much traffic you have, IoT traffic on your network? Many operators don't know that. Then, of course, how do you define incremental revenue and efficiency gains? Because this is the case that you will have to present to your management. And that was actually all that I wanted to present, well within time, and looking forward to the panel discussion later.